is that no one of us is smarter than all of us together.
Right.
Over the past 12 years, it feels like every Friday we get a PhD in real estate because we're on calls with working people who are producing and willing to share generously. As Floyd said up front, where else does this happen? Even with direct competitors, although we try not to put people who compete in the same market or from the same office on one team. But every Friday, and starting in January, Thursdays as well, we get to work with the smartest people in the business, hardest working people in show business. And we get to work with them in something called R Squared Coaching. There's 8 agents on a team. It's not one-on-one therapy, and it isn't a mass conference call. It's very interactive. The bulk of every call is taken up with this Ask the Experts interaction, where problems are solved and challenges are met and obstacles are removed. There's also accountability. You have to enter your numbers at the beginning of every call. Or some of our teams are meeting on Zoom as well.
Right.
And the good news is it's really affordable. If you've priced coaching in real estate, it's anywhere from $400 to $1,000 a month. Now, if you want someone to holler at you for 30 minutes a week, I'll do it for $1,000. No, I'm kidding. I hate hollering at people. It never works. So what's our track record with this? 103% of goal achieved over the last 12 years. That's an average. Some do way more, some don't make it, but our average is 103%. Why? For 2 reasons. Floyd said this when we started it, just before Dean Moss, who was the very first person to ever sign up for R Squared Coaching, ran up and grabbed the enrollment form. He said, keep putting yourself through the program. You remember what we were all facing in 2009? It was, holy cow, how am I going to do my business when there's no money out there? Well, you folks who joined R Squared that year proved the truth of what Floyd always says, that the economy doesn't have to determine your economy. If you keep putting yourself through the program, keep being reminded of what you know, and along the way, have a trusted group of advisors who help you remove the problems and challenges and the obstacles that we face every day.
Now, many of you are already in R Squared Coaching. Thank you for your trust in us. For those of you that aren't, see if there's a fit. And if it's not for you, perhaps you know someone that needs to change their life. I want to just go back to here because since the world changed, it really began changing at the beginning of the year. We were just kind of clueless about how much it was going to change. This is the first time that Sheldon Spiegel hasn't been on, in a classroom at least 3 days a week in the month of April, in the first time in years and years. And Carol and Dawn and Brian and Michael and me, we're classroom. That's been our career. And the coaching was kind of our joy that we did on Fridays. But we're looking to expand because it is the capital T way to help the most people in 2021. We're not going to be in classrooms in January of 2021. No. You already know that. And what's our work? What do we do best as a team? Our number one goal is to help other people achieve their number one goal. It's our core values. It's what we do. And so how can we help them if there's no classrooms? Well, we have live stream and we have a digital version of the training program. But this is where we build tight personal relationships with our students to help them achieve their goals. And so what we've done over these last years is taken our incredibly powerful coaching program, which is 8 agents, 1 Floyd Wickman trained coach, 1 hour on Fridays, We're expanding to Thursdays as well. And we've added some other things like Coach on Demand. So if you are a member of R Squared, you can talk to any one of our coaches at any time. Now, I have to kind of laugh because it says on there, that second bullet point, 24/7 access. No, it's not. I mean, that's silly because we control our time or we wouldn't be very good coaches. So we don't answer at 2 a.m, and I'm proud of that. But you do have access to all of our coaches, and that includes Floyd Wickman as well, who's all the way in. Next on that little pyramid is workshops for mastery. In 2020, for the first time, we did additional workshops for no additional charge for those of our friends who are in R Squared coaching because there was a need. We saw things happening in our marketplace and we said we should do like a special workshop on that. And those are included in there. And then what's really cool at the tippy top of that is the hub. And the hub is as the repository of where the recorded workshops are located. So if you missed out on a workshop, you can go and watch that video. If you watch the video, you'll discover there's some tools that you might need to implement what you just learned. Those are all located in the hub. So it's a resource center for our students. And Momentum.
Well, for the first time, not just with Floyd's blessing, but now with his encouragement, we are adding open enrollment to non-program graduates.
Right.
Even if you've never taken a Floyd Wickman program, any agent is eligible to join R Squared. And when they do, on January 5th and 6th, we are doing an open workshop called the Listing Presentation Workshop. Some of you already been to it, you know what it's like. It's 2 really intense days of Wickmanizing your listing presentation.
Last time we did it in San Diego. I believe that was January of 2019.
Right.
And the tuition was $1,495 for those 2 days.
So we are opening it up to the general public, but everyone who is in R Squared currently, that workshop's included free along with your monthly tuition.
Of course, it won't be in San Diego. I'm so sorry. It
It'll
will be on Zoom.
Yes.
But we'll cover the same material.
So as Floyd would say, we're expanding our business and we need your help. We need your help.
We really do.
To identify a candidate for R Squared coaching. Who do you know who's out of control, who's behind? Can you imagine getting licensed this year and having to try to figure out how in the world do I navigate these waters when I'm not getting any supervision or direction or guidance?
How about someone who is hitting their goal, but they're losing their mind?
Oh my gosh.
And all they've done this year is work. I know so many people who would describe themselves as exhausted. Well, what if we could bring them into the shelter of the Wickman family?
Who do you know who's getting no encouragement or no support or no guidance or no fresh ideas? It doesn't interact anymore. Who feels like they're all isolated out there? Maybe they're wandered off the reservation. R Squared is the one place you can go where you got people who root for you, who watch your back, and who share cutting edge ideas with you every single week.
So would you be willing to help us out and find someone, think of someone? In fact, it would be great if you could think of 3 and then validate for us. Hey, I really think this would be a good fit for you.
Because if you do, here's the big deal. When you do, I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
You will get, if someone signs up for R Squared that you recommend to us, you'll get a free one-on-one coaching session, which we like to call Coffee with Floyd. Now, it might only be 12 minutes because that's how long it takes to drink a cup of coffee, but he'll give you all the time you need.
Yeah, he will.
If you're willing to help us out, help expand, and help enough other people. Floyd's mentor, Zig Ziglar, said, you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. And we realized this year, with the change in classroom learning, we're not helping enough people. We could be helping more. So that's why we're asking for your help. And here's the way it works. Thursdays and Fridays, January through June, we have 4 time slots. Eastern time, 8 to 9, 9:20 to 10:20, 10:40 to 11:40, 12 to 1. So whatever time works for you. By the way, there's Mike, there's Mary, there's Sheldon, there's Carol, there's Dawn, there's Brian. We got lots of coaches. And it's just $165 per month. I remember
paid, by the way, paid per month. So someone asked me the other day if you have to pay that all up front. No, your first payment would be due on January 1st. So it's paid the first of every month, unless someone just asked me the other day, can I pay all of 2021 now when I need the write-off? And the answer is yes.
Laura Ballestero referred the #1 agent in Massachusetts to me. She does 108 closings a year. I talked with her yesterday morning. Now, she has not been through a program. She tried coaching with somebody 10 years ago and then again 3 years ago. And she said it just was way too expensive. So when I told her what it was, she said, "What? How can you do it for that?" Well, it's because we do teams of 8 and not one-on-one. That's how we can make it affordable. The monthly payment schedule is a convenience for you. So here's what we'd like to ask you to do. Go identify a candidate. Validate that R Squared works, or send them to our website where all the validations are already there, and then communicate with us who they are. Just share their contact information. We'll take it from there. If you're willing to do that, Coffee with Floyd could be yours.